Our last session, we we were designing an entity diagram, right? So for any implementation, for any use case, for developer, we need to make him understand what he need to implement. So a clear description is his right. Okay, it's a developer right. He should definitely ask the BA. BA is providing, right? Yeah, for sure BA will provide the requirements. So it is your responsibility and it is your right to get complete information of that particular story. Instead, you waiting for multiple days. Once a sprint starts, right, it used to finish in 2 weeks or 3 weeks. So as soon as one story is assigned to you, let's say if somebody asks you to implement admin, module, or in admin module, if they ask you to create a screen for manager to manage the manager in the sense creating manager or deleting manager or updating the manager, okay, or creating delivery partners or creating sellers. If somebody assign a story to you to implement that, it is your responsibility to get the complete information of it. So you need to ask in a as a question you need to ask to the BA what is that use case, and do you have any UML for it, and do you have any entity diagram for it, and do you know what are all the parameters that I need to take it in the screen, and do you have any UI mockup also, dummy UI they will provide. So if everything is available, coding is nothing. Actually, it is easy. You know how to put mapping from front end to back end, and in back end you know how to create your REST methods to get the data, and from there you know how to do the CRUD operations. So the back end part, which is very easy to us if you understand the requirement clearly. So it is your right to get the complete information of a story. So as a BA, before he providing the stories and all, right, or BA or your architect or your technical lead, whoever is good technically, right, they will be doing this stuff before ahead, before starting your project itself. If it is designing from the scratch, right, so definitely they would be designing this entity diagrams, use cases, and clear documentation. Everything they will make it ready, and they will explain before proceeding for the implementation. They will explain you process also, how they wanted to implement it, in which way all the people need to act for that application. They will tell you. Maybe you may call it agile or you may call it waterfall. They will clearly explain you what you need to do as part of that, okay, as per their expectations. So yeah, so we thought of doing this entity designing to understand what tables may required for the system, for this e-commerce application, for this small e-commerce application, right, what are all tables required based on our use cases. So so for admin, we created a manager entity. For manager, we created sellers entity. Mockups that we did not create it, but yeah, first we are doing entity designing. Later you can create UI mockups also, or else you can create UI mockups first. Okay, uh, even it's good if you can able to create UI mockups also. But as a technical guy, right, as a backend guy, you can imagine when they say use case and the parameters, easily you can imagine how UI is going to look like. But yeah, we will do that step next. Okay, UI mockups also will create one or two. uh, I don't want to spend much time, but yeah. So now coming to this entity diagram, we created up to customer information for the transactions, and a lot of it we need to create, right, customers information and credit card information, um, and transactions information related to this customer. So let me zoom it out. So here I need one more entity, orders, customer orders, and if customer wants to give reviews for each product, right, he should able to give reviews, customer orders, so that he can able to see what are all orders he placed, and Yeah, customer transaction info, for what purpose we created this table is in case if he continuously update his contact information, right? Hello, am I audible? Okay, good. Yeah. So customers transaction information, we can transaction in the sense his details, personal details. If we do any changes, we will continuously update the details in the system so that we can able to see what was his previous details and current details. Okay. And when customer places the order, when he pick up a product and when he places the order, product table not yet included here. Just for reference sake, I will create a product entity, but product design, we will do it in no SQL. Okay. So just for our reference sake, we will create it product table, products table, zoom out, zoom in. Yeah. So coming to products, we definitely need always a product ID, which is primary key, and the remaining product parameters, product name and description. The common parameters you may maintain, which are very mandatory for every product, right? You can have them here. Name, cost, name, description, cost, or let me put it as price, available count also, right? Which is the same for every product, count, and is active, and other transaction details. Transaction details in the sense created date, updated date, and here we will maintain for the additional parameters, right? Every product is having additional parameters. Apart from that, images we have, right? So product, every product is having primary image. Maybe you can have one column for it. It's a file type, and primary image is a simple, yeah, not actually file. We will maintain a file URL here. Basically, file will be stored in a blob location. We will maintain that blob here, blob URL, and secondary images. Secondary images. So here you can have array of blob images, blob URLs, but array we should maintain. Okay, array of blob URLs. Okay, and information, additional information. Uh, Go ahead. Addition, we will create it because a lot of JSON data I wanted to insert for additional information, right? Uh, JSON data I can even store here, but again the formatting while inserting and again while fetching back SQL, properly will not insert and retrieve the JSON schema. It will add so many unnecessary characters into it. Again, typecasting into Java or retrieving the information will become very difficult. But if you go with Mongo kind of database, right, as this Java object we can store. Same when I fetch it, right, same Java object also it will give within no time. Performance wise and data, saving and getting same data, whatever data you save, exactly it will save it in Mongo and it will give it to you back. But it won't do that in SQL directly. And this is not fixed size, right? And as I said, the table may have additional, you know as of today I thought, okay, this much information is bus to create the products. In future, if I thought, okay, I need two more columns for my business, this table existing columns itself not enough, continuously I wanted to update them. maybe every month or every week or for every day I'm getting new parameters, new products. So additional information, I want to keep on add additional some more columns also. It won't support. Restructuring SQL database is not a good practice also. Okay, because a lot of unnecessary space it will consume. As per normalization rules, that is not recommended also. If you guys know, right? When some products are having only few parameters information, remaining columns, if you leave them as null, it's unnecessarily creates array for it. Performance wise also it will not it won't do good performance. It won't give you good performance. So additional information I want to store array of you can keep map object or properties object. Array of map in the sense, see, up to here for every product you will be seeing the same, correct? If you take washing machine or if you take mobile phone, right? If you take mobile phone or washing machine, TV, common information is same across all the products. I'm taking one phone here, Redmi 12C, and here I have one washing machine. When you observe here, commonly every product is having a product name, a big lengthy name we have see here. So don't limit your we used to put the limitations also. If you imagine, right, in SQL we used to put varchar of 20, varchar of 30. We may assume that okay, 100 characters are sufficient, but when sometimes seller wants to put so much information to attract the user, see, if he can also put Redmi 12C, but why he added all this? As a customer, immediately you should able to catch the information by looking into it, and you may attract it. Okay, by looking into title itself you can understand what is the color, what is the size. Seller, what he did, as part of name he added everything. As part of name he added everything, to attract the customer to buy his mobile phone here. So in SQL the problem is, uh, you all know, right? We will put some um, limited character space, varchar of 100 or varchar of 200. When somebody think that that is not sufficient, again, are you going to change the database schema every time? Not a good practice, right? But in NoSQL, right, there is no limit for your columns also. You can put any length data, it will save, because it's a document database. It will store everything as a document. It won't put any restrictions to you. And when you think that SQL is having a primary keys concept and indexing to give good performance, and the same concepts are available in NoSQL also. Indexing you can do there. So equal and not only equal, you will see great performance differences when you see SQL and NoSQL. So when you imagine, this is very very important for any system. While you are designing a system, when you think that your product means for any application, right, there will be a product. When you take a banking system, for them the product is, you know product is credit cards, or products are savings accounts, or products are current accounts, or your products are gold loans. So we can say all of them are their products. If you go to vegetable market, vegetables are their products. If you go to gold shop, gold, so gold items or ornaments are their products. Okay, everything is a product. As a product they will imagine. If you take a insurance, for insurance company, insurance is a product. They will sell that product to you. So as a seller, my product information is not fixed information. Today I have one policy, tomorrow the policy will change, policy parameters also will change. Earlier, do you imagine, while taking life insurance, they may not adding COVID. Nowadays they are adding COVID also, right? COVID is applicable, COVID is not applicable, you know so already, if insurance system was there before COVID, after COVID, coming into the picture, if they want to add few more parameters related to COVID, right? If you already COVID affected or not affected, if you are COVID affected, then if they want to increase the price, where all that parameters they will add. Are they going to create a new few more columns here? No. I mean, if they do that, that's not a good practice. When they think that their product table is not fixed in terms of columns, and it is not fixed in terms of data, it's not good practice to use. SQL. That is what I recommend. Basically, what I saw is people are using NoSQL DBs for such kind of data structure. My data structure, everything is a data structure, right? Everything entity is a data structure. So coming to the products are not fixed in length. Products data also not fixed in the length. So if that is the case, that is the case, you better shift your database to NoSQL. For our case, we can use SQL and NoSQL both. If your system is having some fixed, hmm, no, MongoDB is a document-based database. That is not SQL. SQL means SQL databases will have SQL engine, which used to process SQL queries, whereas MongoDB will not have any SQL engine. Okay, we call as MongoDB as a NoSQL, NoSQL database. MySQL, Oracle, DB2, SQL Server, Microsoft's, IBM DB2, and there are many which are SQL databases. Okay, Cosmos DB we have, which is NoSQL. I think Cassandra. I hope not Cosmos. Cassandra or MongoDB. Those are NoSQL databases. Am I correct? I hope we used first Cassandra. Later we migrated same application again. We migrated to MongoDB because of license cost. Was huge in Cassandra. Then they moved to Mongo. Yeah. So yeah, there are many NoSQL databases also. There are many NoSQL databases. You may based on your application and based on your business or based on your uh, revenue, you can choose them whichever is suitable, whichever is good for your business. If your business is having only few requests for a day, and if you don't want put lot of infrastructure, if you don't want to buy it, you may go with all open sources, and maybe simple SQL also sufficient. But when system demands, right, if it is a huge system and if you want to see n number of users request for each day, millions of users request, and within no time, if you want to give them good response, you need to use good database, good application architecture, and you need to use message queues of kind of stuff, so that you can ensure that without no loss um, of data, you will able to send real time information to the customer, so he feels or he will get the confidence about your system to use. Otherwise, one two times we will use it and they'll throw it away. So during design itself, people will think about all these future scenarios, and they will try to put up to market architecture. So my coming to my products table, as I was adding here, right? This data sizes. If I hard code them, hard code in the sense, while creating table, we put a fixed number size, right? Name varchar 2 of 20, email varchar 2 of 30, phone number varchar number of 10, something like that we used to put in SQL. But in NoSQL, right? If it is a document database, I'll mention here document. This is a document. Okay, for such document tables, size is not really fixed. I remember that while I was working in 2015, one fresher, he created a table for attendance management system, that is internal application only. He worked for 3 months along with seniors. One attendance table where actually we used to give our attendance, right? Daily we will log our hours. Okay, 9 hours or 8 hours we used to log and save. So their sign up option given, first time we need to sign up with our employee ID. What he did, in place of email, he given 50 characters only. I believe 50 or 100 characters. Across organization, we everybody they put it into live. Everybody started using it, and all employees' email ID length is below 100 only. Okay, one guy email ID is very lengthy one. He's having very very big name. He used that name for the email. For him only, they identified the issue. They unable to sort it out. They worked for 1 day and 2 days. They didn't able to find what is the issue. Finally, when they searched this the table and their sizes, they saw that that email size is very fixed. 100 size only they identified. Then they increased that size. See, even in SQL databases also sometimes you will see that problems. Maybe very first time when you deploy your application, here and there you will find the issues. Later, you may fix that such issues. But when you think that is a small issue, imagine for that small issue itself, many people spend a lot of time to identify and fix it. It's almost 8 9 years back happened. But when it comes to a system, right, where we don't know how much size of information or product name or details are coming into the system, how much description coming into the system, and how many secondary images are coming into the system, how much additional information coming into the system. When you don't know that, it's good to create it as a document. That is what finally I want to conclude. Okay, so maybe we will create into document database. In additional information, if I can able to take map type, right, map can hold key value pair while adding additional information. When you see the differences, right, additional information, cellular technology. Hello, am I audible to everyone? Between you guys lost. Okay, great. So when you see different parameters set here, right, for one here I have access location and capacity. For phone there is no such capacity or access location. See here, for phone you have model name, network service, something like this. Whereas here you don't have network service and all. So when you have such parameters, such columns, additional columns, you think, right. So you can add all that information into this additional information in a map. In map you can use key value pair. In key you can put brand information. As a value you can put that brand information. I'm just giving example. Mostly brand will be the common parameter I can add here. But the size for washing machines, I can see the size. Whereas for mobile phones, I have cellular network or cellular network type. Maybe you can add them here as a key value pair into the map. So how much I can add here? Maybe this additional information array of key value pairs. Array of key value pairs you can save. So array means any size. Today you, if you think that for one product you need 100 additional parameters, for another product if you see 1000 additional parameters, you can add them. And how front end user will um, come to know that as a middleware person you don't have any worry for such document database applications. So who should be careful, right, when they get the requirement of for front end user, BA will communicate that there will be additional information column. In that additional information column only you need to add capacity, and you need to add special features. As a map you need to send to backend person. So backend person will read your map, whatever you send, he will save it into the database. Same way, while you are fetching, that additional information column will have array of map objects. You need to iterate that map objects, and you need to align to the data. As he know the mockup, right, UI mockup, where he need to put the brand name, capacity, he will fix it. He will fix that labels here, and values he will get that from map. So that as a product, your product need not to have any limitations for the information. Okay, comfortably you can use this table to save any products information. Maybe again, when I say product will have a product category category ID, maybe foreign key. This is very important table, right, for the complete business, and which product type it is, and this product country code, If you see that any parameters are missing here, you may add them into additional information table. Brand ID. So this is how you can create it into a document database. Coming to orders information, maybe it would be fixed, right? Order ID, and for that order mode of payment, or the product ID for which product this order is for, and customer, who is the customer for that, right? Or when I place an order in online, what are all parameters order should contain? Who purchased it, what is the product, and who sold it also, right? Who is selling it? Maybe here the important parameter we missed, right? Product is a baby for seller. So seller ID is very very important. Otherwise, if you create something and he may not, he will be delivering it, but we don't know if we don't have seller ID. Who is the guy selling this product? So seller ID is again important. So if seller ID is here, I don't think we need to maintain seller ID again here. So the customer ID and mode of payment, how he done his payment, and he is delivered until in transit. He is in transit, or is returned. Complete information of your order, returned or cancelled. Is it cancelled? So much product information we are maintaining here, and order date. See, important properties are missing. Order date and time, when exactly he placed the order, and the mode of payment, if it is a credit card or debit card or cash on delivery. We will be putting that mode of payment information here, and the payment ID also. Payment details, again we will be maintaining it in a different table. When he done his payment, what is credit card details, is it debited or is it a cash on delivery, is delivery guy received cash or not, right? Payment ID we need to maintain, so we need a payment table. Payments table, lot of new tables coming in, right? Yeah. Payment ID, you guys feel boring here? Payment ID and uh, card information. If it is a card information, type of card type, and transaction date and time, and payment is success. Is it success? If yes, payment is success. If no, payment is failed or in progress, or maybe a payment status. Maybe you can put status here. Payment card date, success. Happens from the payment side may be sufficient. Okay. Status of the payment. So this payment ID we can have here. One order will have how many payments? Only one payment. Are we going to do multiple payments? Invalid connection. Okay, one to one. For one order we will place, for one order. Oh sorry, one payment only. We don't do multiple payments, right? Only one payment. And is this payment is EMI? EMI duration, EMI duration. If it is in EMI mode, right? We should track that whether his EMI is completed or not, or how many months of EMI he have. Uh, yeah, I think for now it is sufficient. We will add if we need something more. Orders is having payment ID, order ID, product ID. So let's place the relationship. One product, one order only, right? One product can go to one order only. I created only one mobile phone as a seller and you purchased it. That's it. My product is done. One product will go into one order only. So one to one, one to one. And product type, one to many. Product type, if it is a cellular phone, one cellular phone type can have multiple mobile phones. I think we got most of the information, right? Most of the information is ready now. Yeah. So now we understand at least we understand the system at least up to from the documenting side, from the document side, at least we understand um, 50% from the use cases, from the entity diagram, not 50, you may say around 80%. Which user need to do what is his use case, we have description and we have clear diagram what he is doing with use case, and for that particular use case what many tables we required, and for each table what many columns we have, that is also ready. Okay, so again as a developer what else you can ask when the story is ready, right? Story is ready, as I said. When for developer, create a manager and store the data into manager table, when they say you may ask what are all the parameters and any UML, use case and entity diagrams. They are all ready. You may ask mockup. Is there any mock UI? You may place this question also. Do you have any mock UI? Yes, if you can able to provide mock UIs right for each use case, it's really good that developer easily can imagine what kind of front end screen you need, where exactly you need to place labels and all. Easily he can get it. Okay, so for admin we will create the mock screens. Here I used balsamic for wireframes. Okay, this is very famous one for creating wireframes, or in other words you can say UI mocks or wireframes. You can ask. Okay, BAs will use this tool for designing UI mock. If balsamic file has expired you can view but not make edits. uh then it is not useful. E-draw, or just give me a minute. I will. You can use any online tool also. Okay. UI mockup tool free online. Figma. Yeah, recently I worked on this. This is also nice too. You can use Figma. See here you have mockups. I used this one as well long back. Recently I used this Figma. So get started for free. Design. Oh, a layer project also added here. design. I believe me, Figma also nice too. You can create all the required wireframes here. So if you consider this is the page, first page, landing page, okay? Like what is the landing page of this Amazon.in? So this is how they have one header, black header, right? We have on the top, and there are many buttons like delivery location, what it is, and account sign in option, and a lot of stuff we have here. And below some, you know, products layouts we have as a cards, right? We call it as card layout. Some cards we have. So in each card they added some products. So if you want to create that kind of layout, so this is the page. On that page, you add header, and you may change colors whichever you want. And if you want to put title here, you can add text. We'll decide the page name later, okay? RBU ecom, and the size, font styles, RBU heart, something like this. Or if you just want to put only logo, brand logo, you can create brand logo and add it here. And maybe if you need some button here to say sign up. You know, this stuff would do really, you know, you will be never doing it. But you know, if you are the person to do everything, then you can do this to explain to your team. If there are no mockups, you may create, you know, such small presentations as a mockups, right? And you can explain easily to your team. Is gone. Yeah, maybe this is how you can create wireframes for each page. Again, if you want to put fields also, right? Uh, Asserts given, lot of stuff actually available here. Pencil. Here you can see view, object, text, arrange, vector. There would be lot of images and stuff also. We'll see why it is not coming. Widgets you may get here, I think. Oh, see, lot of widgets you have. You may use them. Lot of buttons. See, when I place something here, it is coming like this. Once you get here, you may modify them, I think. Okay. Uh, Let us see this also. Mockups, which was very famous. Single sign-on with Google. Okay. Landing page wireframe, mobile app wireframes, lot of stuff given. So this is landing page. Let's say, as we saw, right, the very first page if you want to create, they given template. So here they are saying just modify it, RBU or eCart. Here maybe you can insert your logo images. All the landing page stuff you can put here. So this is the main page, and if you want to add new page, you can add here sign up page. Sign up. For that sign up page, you can pick templates here. Templates not coming. Okay. So for your screen, the required stencils, everything available. So you may draw and you may put all required fields here. So if you need labels for manager page, right? Let's say if it is manager name, yes, did I lost between or am I audible? Address. This is how you can create mockups. See, if you are not comfortable with these tools also, maybe you can use directly Word, MS Office Word or Paint, whatever way you need to explain to the developer in a easy way to him to imagine, right? Otherwise, your expectation is one and his designing is another. May go different way. So so you can give all the required inputs properly so that you can expect good delivery from the team also. So you can put like this all the form parameters. If you need submit button, register. Once this is done, you may save it. You may save it, or you may export it, or you can see the preview also. So this is how previews will come. You may go to the each preview one by one. This is landing page, and this is my sign up page. And if you want next page, you may click the next page like that. So you can create any number of pages. Whatever you need one more page. Add as many pages as you want. Folders also came. Okay, for each module wise, if you want to create new folder, new pages, see you can create all the fold pages, page 1, page 2, page 3, and their designs you can put here, and you can play and show it to the developer or your business people also. Before application development is done, right, at least you can show these presentations, mock-ups to the user, for the end user and the client, right, for the client. And you may get some confidence, right, client may get some confidence that okay, he properly understand my requirement. He will say, yeah, this is how I am expecting. And if there are any changes also, better than later doing the changes, right. Before development itself, he will add the changes also. So 100% as per their expectations, you will be in a position to deliver your code. Okay, so I don't want to do this mockup section, but you have to do. Okay, so in real time application, right, once you got clear requirement understanding, uh, not as a developer, but I'm saying from the BA point of view, right? You can ask questions to the BA. BA will do all this stuff and share it with you. So it is easy to, easy for you to develop, because when development takes into the picture, right? So as a developer, what you should do, you need to create presentation. Let's say if you are a full stack guy, you will be creating one HTML UI. There you know how to write HTML tags and stuff, but you don't know what is the design, what are all the labels you have. Is it text box or address box? You don't know. But if you are BA, if you can provide this mock, it is easy to you. Okay, easily you can understand now. Name, email, address labels are required, and the two text boxes, one text area and one submit button is required. You will be putting the same into your presentation part. And as a developer, you know what to do for the backend. You will be writing a controller here, a REST class, a REST API you will be creating, and definitely you will get all that data, right, whatever data he's filling and submitting. You will be populating into one object here. You will load it into one object. Maybe if it is a manager, right, you will be loading it into manager object. Loading in the sense, when you place this object into your post method, automatically whatever data from here he is submitting, name, email, address, see that this data will fall into this object. From here, it's a cakewalk to us, right? Just to send it to your service method and backend repository layer. No need to implement anything, just one interface we will be writing, right? JPA repository class, your manager repo interface you will be having. During runtime implementation will be provided, whatever it is. You will be having all the CRUD operation methods here. We will be providing only skeleton at runtime. Code will be implemented with all the save, update, delete, select methods. It's comfortably your service, right? If you don't have much business logic, we don't do anything here. Same object. I'll be getting here the same object. The same object I will send it to my CRUD operation save method. What it will do? The save method finally need to save it into a table. So from the entity diagram, you know what is the table also. So you comfortably will be in a position to create the table in your database, and you will persist it. Finally, you will save it. Then your task is done. As everything is available to you, UI mockup, you will not having much doubts here. You know what to do for the HTML. Once you know what is here, you know how to create your entity here. With the same number of parameters, you will be creating a object here. Then this data, once user submitted from here to here, you will get the data and you will send it to service part. And nothing to implement for repository. Just we will call this repository method. It will automatically connect with your table and it will store the data into manager table. So the implementation is simple to you. Just if you learn how to write this post method, and if you know how to do dependency injection, and if you know how to create this manager repository, but nothing challenging right here from the development point of view. Nothing here. It is easy. hardly, you may do it in a day. If that is, such a small use case, you will be finishing it in a 2 3 hours itself, including testing and all. Right. So why we are going through all this, I mean, all these phases means, if you know all these phases, you will be in a right position to, at least argue when there is a, manager, and if he's saying no, nothing will be provided in any company, you should imagine and do it. Then you may place it. If you don't know, you may groom him. You may tell him that no, sir, there will be, this kind of diagrams we can prepare, this kind of entity structures we can create, so that it is very easy to the team to understand the requirement and do the development. So instead, developers, everybody imagining and doing something which is not really, sometimes we used to see memes, right, in Facebook. The client expectation is elephant, but as a developer used to, deliver a buffalo with a trunk. That's how, if the requirements are not clear, if everybody imagines, let's say if tile is preparing by one developer, and if legs are preparing by one developer, and if head is preparing by one developer, they don't know which head they will prepare. End of the day, when they don't know, they are preparing a, animal like, elephant. End of the day product, we don't know. It will be like a cartoon we will get, with different sizes, different head size, different body, different kind of tile, different kind of, that's how imagination things will work. Instead of imagining, if everything is available, like mock-ups, tables, everything, end of the day, the product also, will be in a same position. Whatever client is expecting, the same thing we can deliver it. Okay. So upfront, everybody, going to know that this is the end of the day product is going to be look like. So they will keep all that in the mind during their development, and everybody will cooperate each other to make that end product as an elephant. Okay. So I think I'm done for today. Tomorrow we will continue. Okay. I'll be there. I don't want to go with this mockups and all. Um, for the development, right, I believe enough stuff we got. We will start with the process side. So as a BA, the stuff is ready for the development. And now I need to, or as a team we need to, initiate a process. Which process is suitable for our development? Are we going to with sprints, or are we going with a different kind of stuff, or waterfall? We will see all that, project methodologies, so that we will be getting clarity what to follow for the development, not for our development sake, for you. uh, if you are not into any project yet, right, definitely that will also help you. So one day session only tomorrow. Thereafter we will start with the git and branching strategies, then maven, then creating project, then coding. Okay, step by step we will go up to that point.